video, tech problems, Facebook problems, Zuckerberg problems, call them what you want. We are here now. And guys, the last 48 hours have been sensational in the fight for gun rights here in Atlanta, because by now over almost 60,000 GGO members have seen our recent video telling gun owners here in Georgia about the fact that Georgia Carey has just endorsed a gun control bill from Representative Michelle Au. And guys, you got a lot of questions. We're going to break down the situation, give you more details about the players and the ramifications of this so you guys know what's going on. But before we do that, I just want to mention right up front, Michelle Au is not just one of the other, one of the dozens and dozens of anti-gun radical commies here in Atlanta. Michelle Au is the head of the gun control movement. She is in the White House on a quasi-regular basis, literally with Biden and Kamala Harris, and she is working with Kamala Harris on her 50-state initiative to advance gun control in state capitals across the country. So Michelle Au is the head of the gun control movement. So you would think, Alex, that maybe it would be hard to fathom that a so-called gun rights organization would jump into bed with Michelle Au. But as we told everybody 2 days ago, that is exactly what happened. Alex, you have the details and the bill number and stuff. Remind everybody here, what is the bill number? What does this do? And why is this a real problem?
HB 855, Aaron, as we've talked about before, it is a de facto gun owner registry. Okay. They have dressed it up to incentivize you to take bribe money to put yourself on a list with the state of Georgia as being a gun owner. That's what it is. Everyone's like, well, it's a tax incentive. If you go buy a gun safe, we're going to give you a break. We'll give you $350 if you buy a gun safe. But you have to submit to the state a sales receipt, your name and your address and the date of the purchase of your gun safe, registering yourself with the state of Georgia. And guys, we might have a Republican governor now, but we don't know about 2 years from now, 6 years from now, and further on 10 years from now. So somebody someday is going to have a list of gun owners, and they're going to have ill intent.
So what we have here is basically a whole separate secondary version of universal background checks.
Exactly.
We are bribing Georgians into giving a future anti-gun governor all of our names, all of our addresses, and all the information on us so they know exactly who has firearms. So a future red flag gun seizure law, a future assault weapons ban law from Washington, D.C. These guys then, just imagine Governor Stacey Abrams. It'll never happen, but somebody like that, having this list of gun owners. And let's just be clear on this too. Michelle Au has been openly flirting with the idea of running for governor. And so Michelle Au is now pushing legislation that she could then, in theory, use down the road to weaponize that database against gun owners. Everybody who can read at about, let's see, my youngest daughter is 3 years old. Anybody who can read at about a 3-year-old level, with that level of IQ, knows this is a trap. They're not even trying to hide it. And this is now shocking the legislature, shocking all the politicos in the state capitol, because no one ever thought this would happen. And of course, Michelle is extremely happy. Alex, you have that photograph still of her trumpeting that endorsement on social media. If you do,
I do.
Wouldn't flash it up there. This is getting into the incestuous nature of state politics, because now that Michelle has the endorsement of this, bunch of has-been loser gun rights organization, which is just about dead for everybody who's watching this video, she is loudly spreading that all across social media. You had that photograph, Alex?
Yeah, I just had it up. Yep.
Right here. This is what we're talking about. All over Twitter, all over social media, all over email, telling the world that Georgia Carey has endorsed her gun control bill. That's good. And so what's happening now in Atlanta is that all the rest of these centrist Democrats, I'm not going to say we have blue dog Democrats, because we really don't, but anybody who's in a vulnerable district now thinks, oh, well, I can vote for this. I've got cover from Georgia Carey. And folks, that is the dirty, rotten secret behind this deal. In their desperate plea to remain relevant in politics here in Georgia, Georgia Carey has prostituted themselves to Michelle Au's gun control ambition, and they are now seeing themselves be used like the $2 party favor they are. And they're being passed around from state house office to state house office. Everyone's lining up to get a piece of that support from Georgia Carey. Guys, this is shameful, shameful behavior.
You know, I want to go back to Al for just a second. Someone was asking me on the phone just this morning, how bad is this bill really? I'm like, well, if you look at the litany of other crap that Michelle wants to do, but you have to understand that Michelle, she's sponsoring universal background checks, deadly waiting periods, safe storage mandates, but she's also co-sponsoring red flag laws, criminal penalties if someone steals your gun out of your car. She is rabid. When the White House wants to pass gun control in Georgia, they call Michelle Au, fly her to D.C., and she has face-to-face meetings with Kamala Harris. Aaron, you said this in the beginning, but she is openly bragging about being in D.C. working on Biden's state task force to pass gun control. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what amount of cancer is okay to have in the body? And at Georgia gun owners, absolutely none. And the fact that Georgia Carey has come out and endorsed a little bit of cancer from the host, from Michelle Au, speaks volumes to what they're doing. They are providing cover for the rhinos in Atlanta that want to get on board with Michelle Au, and they think the endorsement from Georgia Carey will protect them from us. And that is.
So I want to break down what that means then by providing cover. This is the exact pound of flesh now that they intend to extract later on. So the way this works is very simple. GGO members, GGO Nation, we love primaries. God, we love primaries, and we love to expose anti-gun rhinos in the primary as much as I like to expose anti-gun Democrats in the general election. And so the problem then for all of these anti-gun Republicans, and there are definitely many of those here in Atlanta, for all the Democrats who are in swing districts, is that if we come out and attack them, they have no way to hide behind their efforts because their record speaks for itself. And so what people in that position always need is a stupid patsy. And lo and behold, that is the role that Georgia gun owners, Georgia Carey has always played here in Georgia politics. They have always protected lawmakers who opposed constitutional carry. They have always protected lawmakers who have opposed the Second Amendment Preservation Act. And they have always been there to protect these guys, especially in tight primaries. That is one level of betrayal. That's one level. But now they're going beyond that and providing political cover for the general election to protect Democrats at election time here in Georgia. Let me tell you how this is going to work. So as we approach the November elections and GGO identifies a whole bunch of vulnerable anti-gun Democrats with nasty records, we're going to think about spending your donor dollars to expose them with digital ads, email programs, social media, maybe even slicks and direct mail, and all of these things. But now the problem is these same damn Democrats will be able to hold up that endorsement you saw from Alex a few minutes ago saying, oh, no, we had the full support of Georgia Carey. And it will be dangerous. It'll be difficult for gun owners in these districts to understand, well, is this person good or bad? And that level of betrayal, that should make your blood boil. It should make your blood boil. It should make your blood boil every time, every year. But right now, when Georgia is on this pivotal tipping point right now with the entire DNC operation geared towards taking Georgia and making us go blue for forever, it should make you especially angry because the only thing a gun rights group should be doing right now is fighting like hell for freedom, not jumping into bed with Michelle Au and the rest of the radical left brigade here in Atlanta, Georgia. So guys, that's how this works.
Yep.
What's that, Alex?
Well, worse still of what they have done, Georgia Carey has done, is I was at the Capitol on opening day. I am preparing the Second Amendment Preservation Act. I'm talking to lawmakers about beefing up our enhanced stand your ground bill. We have to fix our stand your ground bill. There are problems with it that we need to improve. But instead of working on pro-gun legislation, instead of me talking to legislators to get on board, sign on as co-sponsors, schedule committee hearings, Now we are automatically having to pivot because the wind has gone in Michelle Au's favor because she has the endorsement of gun control group of a gun rights group here in Georgia for one of her bills. And now the entire building has ground to a halt to figure out what direction are we doing, gun control or pro-gun legislation.
Yeah, so guys, this is gonna be a tough session. It's gonna be a very pivotal session for us here in Georgia. So I want to give you guys a couple of different things here. First of all, if you're one of the 16 people or 12 people or 8 people who are still supporting Georgia Carry, for the love of heaven, stop doing that. If you don't want to give it to Georgia gun owners, that's fine. Spend it on Chick-fil-A with your grandkids. Something that gives you an ROI. If you want to give to GGO, help us fight for you in Georgia, do that. But I want to tell you this also. We have already received calls here at the office from Georgia Carry board members, and they are trying to downplay this. They believe they have done nothing wrong. And instead of them calling us and saying, guys, we screwed up on this, they are doubling down right now. So feel free to go to their Facebook page. Alex, if we have a link handy from the post where they endorsed Michelle Au's gun control, maybe we can drop that in the comment section right now in the chat feature. So guys, we're going to give you the link, not just to their Facebook page, but to the actual post where they endorsed and bragged about endorsing Michelle Au's bill. Feel free to leave your thoughts on their Facebook page and make sure you tell them in no uncertain terms you expect them to apologize to the entire state of Georgia for being so stupid, so selfish, and so treacherous as to support Representative Michelle Au's gun control bill. Guys, this is an unforgivable action. There is no recovery from this, in my opinion. You don't have the right to betray gun owners and then just call them mulligan. So, guys, walk away. Take action, hit that link, leave a comment. If you want to join GGO, that's great. Go to joinggo.com. But guys, this is treacherous. It's going to be used against our gun rights. We're going to keep you informed. And guys, one last teaser. We are hearing about a very, very, very nasty gun control bill that was just filed or recently filed here again in Atlanta. It is nasty stuff. We're trying to track down details right now. We'll have more information on that. Hopefully, maybe as soon as tomorrow, if not for sure over the weekend. There's a lot coming, guys. Buckle up. Get ready.